locked up in a box down in the basement. Got it.
Third topic on, I guess I'll say it. We talked about Jay-Z verse, but on the side note, we're gonna deal with what happened in Baltimore. What's his name? Blueface.
Blueface and Chris
knocking out
Chris
his girlfriend's father, and that's disrespectful on so many levels. And not to be judgmental, because I don't know that situation. I don't know what caused that man to lay hands on him. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I wasn't there. Maybe the dude threatened him, say, look, when you get out here, I'm gonna pop you. So he just went on instinct. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know Blueface that much. I'm not too familiar with his music at all. I couldn't quote a word from his rhyme book. You know, and it's not to disrespect them, it's just that you have your cult followers or who you listen to, and there's a generational thing with me. You understand? You gotta be saying something. Even if you're talking about the street, you gotta throw some wisdom in it, you know? So, besides the point, he disrespected the young woman's father, knocking him out cold, for what was told to me. And I think that's a common theme now with a lot of young folk in a generation of, from, I wanna say, 30 on down, right? And how I view things, because I got 3 daughters that's married, right? How I view things is, you have a sit down, you talk, you get to know the young man or the brother. My ruling is, your faith and belief in God, or the Most High. How was you know, how did you treat your mother and your aunts coming up? When he come into the house, is it yes sir, no sir? You gotta pick the vibe, because this is your daughter that you raised since an infant. You cultivated her. I don't like to use the word groom. You cultivated her, you taught her values. So you protected her. And you wanna, 18 to 20 years, or how long it take, you wanna throw all that away to give to someone else, a certain individual, who's gonna, 9 times out of 10, shift her brain. You understand what I'm saying? You don't expect that man to be you, but you wanna know that she's in the good hands of somebody with some type of core values, right? So to see her father get knocked out, how, explain to me, because I know we talked about it when you came in. What you feel about that situation?
I think it's part of the, once again, like the brother talking about the programming of the mind.
Facts.
I think that's purposely being attracted to,
Facts.
being shown. So our women see those type of action to portray, as well as our young men, because Blueface is also part of this as well. So we are also showing the dynamics of old disrespecting, young disrespecting the old, and that's being a dynamic that's being played out here as well. And I think that is what we have to pay attention to. So we are breaking down the family structure or the community structure, and that role of elderly versus young is being shown and being put full display for us to learn.
Because I heard real quick, and I'm gonna give it to the panel. I heard something real quick recently this week. I was watching something online where the older guy, I think he was like 47, something like that. He said there's a disconnect between us and the younger people coming up, the younger men and the younger women, and their role models are either gang leaders or celebrities twerking everywhere. And I said this recently. I said, the correct word for it was a pandemic, an epidemic. Y'all make the choice of words. Where TikTok, Facebook, IG, I never seen so many women displaying their bodies. It's like twerking every day. Like
the new liberation.
I said something on Facebook a while back. I said, Can any woman post up something, a book they read? Can a woman post up for me anything creative? It ain't even gotta be about cooking. Business plans. You wanna be a boss lady, or they say bad bitch?
Yeah.
To me, that's a woman with integrity. That's a woman that teaches her child. That's a woman that contributes to society. Why should every time a TikTok or Instagram post, a woman shaking her ass? It's like that's all. That's all you worth, because that's gonna wear out soon.
That's the programming. That's the programming to the grade.
And this is what you're seeing, right? You go to China. What China put on TikTok,
Algorithm is totally different.
exactly.
Totally
That's what I
different.
say, so that's why I say it's purposely done.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's clear,
and,
man.
And yeah, it's clear as day. So
Right.
they see the men as being men. They see the women being women.
Yeah.
They see them doing great things like science projects and stuff like that. This is what's being pushed over there. But for us, it's idiotic.
The opposite.
Idiotic.
Yeah.
Well, you know what
It is, yeah.
A bunch of idiots.
Can I add this in though? And I don't know how, just to intervene before this is cut off for this. All of us are over the age of 30 years soon, right? So all of us had to have at one point in time, or need to pick up the book called The Willie Lynch Letter, the letter to making a slave. I mean, not just that, and even us as Muslims in the Quran, Surah Baqarah, and I don't know if I say that, but it says that learning this magic that came down in Babylon, you look this up later on,
Harut and Marut. This is for a trial.
Right, but it also said they would do what? They would separate a man from his wife. So we're going to go even further back to that. That's in Babel. So you take this apple.
Hold the point real quick. Follow me, man.
Yeah, because it's that
Modern
actually,
day technology is what they call
Yeah.
what?
it's
Magic.
Magic, of course.
But it's deep. It's deeper.
Right.
It's a lot deeper than that. Too cool, man. So I don't want to stay on the surface of things. We want to get raw
Deep.
with it.
Yep, yep,
You know what I'm saying? And these new, so what you would consider contemporary knowledges and things of that nature, they are Freemasonic knowledges. These are new knowledges. We want to go back to what our natural disposition was. All right, so for example, my major is information technology. If I want to reprogram you, bro, if I want to take it, if your computer's running off, what operating system your computer running off of?
Apple, Mac OS.
All right, Mac OS. All right, so basically, I'm pretty sure the motherboard is the same, right? So this is our brain, whatever it makes stand for. If I want to reformat that hard drive, right, all I gotta do is basically clean up every system file off of that hard drive, which is it's called reformatting, and reinstall a new other operating system. So during the transatlantic slave trade, right? What they did was, if I disconnect you from your roots, I reformat your hard drive. I clear the knowledge of self away from you. I clean up everything. And what do? I reprogram you. So when you watch TV back to your regular scheduled program, everything that you see, touch, smell, hear, and taste, these sensories are contained. It go to your heart, because your heart is the seat of the soul. So when we African-American men can't blame nobody, because we've laid down comfort in this so-called demonocracy. You understand what I'm saying? Like this system, this culture, this is the slave master's culture.
Right.
Why do we want to identify it? When they wrote We the People, we was cargo, brother. So we wasn't a part of that, except for those so-called Moorish treaty, or the Moroccan people who kind of sort of try this way and get the treaty in there. But you know, white people don't they wasn't respecting treaties, bro. So we sold ourselves to some shayateen or some devils, and what we get, and it's manifesting itself. So you're literally seeing a manifestation to the left side of the brain. So when Beyonce say to the left, everything you own in the box to the left, that's symbolism. That's Pandora's mental box. You realize you are watching the left side of society, the rational thinking, dissecting side of society, that think that science can prove everything without God. That's secularism right there. So all this is going to play a part. You know what I'm saying?
And then when you think about it, then on top of that, to add to it, when you go back to IG and notice every time they've been following this whole Blueface and Krishan thing, relationship goals tends to be one of their big hashtags when it comes to this. And what's the story between them? Always getting caught in this public fights here. He beat her up. She beat him up. He got a black eye. She got a black eye. So then now it turns into now he got her father. You see what I mean? What does he tweet after that? I'm her daddy.
Now what's going to happen with these youngins?
What I'm saying? So this is like, so then what the youngins are doing, all the older ones are like, this is ignorant. They're like, but he actually stood up for his.
Yep.
So they looking at this like, this is it. So think about the young girls. So think about it now. If I was a young dude and I got this girl, right? She's 15, 16, I'm like 17. Father saying he don't want her to see me, right? You need to talk to him, you know what I mean? And get to the point now, see, back in the day, you can kind of argue with her a little bit, but she gonna go with whatever dad say. Now, it'll be like, oh.
Yep.
It's gonna go the
Yep.
opposite way.
Yep. And the father gonna be on edge now. Like, I'm not playing with these kids. I just seen the video, and the kid gonna be on edge and be like, I can't play with the father because it's cool to knock it out. It's all a part of the program, the Matrix, man.
It was something I saw that was funny. Even though it was a white guy saying it, but it's kind of showing what is happening. So basically, he was saying that my white daughter like black men. And he was like, oh shit. And I put some thought into it. First, I thought he was saying something negative, like he was racist or whatever. But pretty much he was saying, like, damn, he might knock me out. He might, you know what I'm saying? So he pretty much, so in that thing, what he did say, what I didn't agree to was, it's the big black man mentality. And that's exactly what he was portraying in that statement. Oh, this little boy could fuck me up. This little boy, I don't know about the curse on this.
No, go.
Yeah, this little boy could put hands on me, and that's what he was worried about. As opposed to a little white boy, well, I can do what I have to do with a little white boy, but but then put that back into what our community is being viewed as. Our kids start becoming disrespectful kids. Our kids becoming those that's off the hook, you know what I'm saying? We cannot discipline our kids, at least that's what they're telling us, but then we let the law discipline us.
Right.
And it becomes this type of
Come on, man.
Which is gonna make it go right
Words.
back to the days when you go back to about 100 years ago, when they would have these public lynchings, and you'd see nothing but a whole crowd of people, and the poor, and they executing, or they just torturing, killing people. We're gonna go right back to that. We're gonna because
too, like, like all of those things, right? Like you would say, we are just sitting by and allowing things. That's what I find we're doing. We are complaining from the sideline. Ill treatment to us, which is stupid and idiotic to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that level no more. Like, I cannot associate with those people. I'm not a marcher. I'm about action.
Facts.
And we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even down to this whole COVID situation that came about.
Covert.
We was waiting for people we don't trust to tell us what the fuck to do.
Thank you, bro. Like, is it common sense, man?
And that is what we're, so that's what I come back into about our people is lack of common sense or self-esteem to say we're gonna do it ourselves.
Facts. We gotta call the oppressor into police us.
We don't apply to ourselves.
Right, man. Right.
No matter what, we're going to someone else and say, give us. Like, to me, marching, when we see people protesting, marching.
It's sucker stuff to me, man.
All I hear is, Master, please take
Please.
Thank you. Come on, bro.
But
you lift it up just a little
But who's
bit.
their enemy? Because even in your own circle, with your own race, you have people that's out there that's not pushing your race forward to its full potential, where it needs to be in the level it is. They're pushing it back. Like the same thing that happened to the young man in LA. That's pushing us back. You know what I'm saying? The check-in system.
Internal distraction as well as
Facts. And the enemy is the enemy. That's the internal distraction. Our lack of understanding the self, man. That's the main thing. Jihad al-nafs. That's the highest form of jihad for us. You know what I'm saying? That's the battle with the self.
In fact, but how we?
You know what?
Stop trying to live like them.
But here's
You know what I mean?
But here's the thing: it's difficult. It's difficult because you gotta. It's a saying in the Quran: "Only believe, save yourself and your family
Facts.
from a fruitless fire."
Facts.
When I first heard, I said, "Man, that's very selfish." And then I thought about it.
No, it ain't.
I thought about it. All these mishappenings is due to at home.
And start with the self,
to the community,
exactly.
is at home.
Exactly.
So you gotta save yourself and your family, and you gotta align yourself and your family with like minds, if not at least people who have the common cause of peace and respect.
Facts.
And then they multiply.
That's where it becomes difficult because we are so itemized. When I say itemized, we are so individualized of our families. We're trying to take care of our family. We lost sight of the community. And when stuff happens in the community, that is when we want the response from the internal.
Facts.
But when we should be seeing what's going on in the community all along and attacking it at that moment. I cannot wait till my home get attacked for me to come and ask you for help. I have to see you getting attacked first and come offer my assistance to you. So we have to start building up these type of
But what you said was the medicine, individualization. When you study the brain and the meta-netta root, all right? They got the right brain, left brain. The left brain is dealing with individuality, where we know we're on the right, especially for the believer. It's Tawheed oneness, universal oneness. Every teaching that's came down from the ancient philosophers, I ain't talking about these contemporary people, but the ancient philosophers spoke of oneness, unity. Everything is in accord. We breathe the same air. We drink from the same springs of water. So you're united regardless whether you like it or not. So
it's a core understanding of what we should be respecting.
Facts. And it should be integral. Yeah. Because they gave us another do it thou will, have it your way, just do it option. You know what I mean? This is satanic. This is the left part of the brain. And this is the antithesis. This is the subconscious mind taking over the conscious mind. You know what I mean? And it's a reversal because the heart can be flipped right side up or upside down. That's why they take everything and they make it backwards. We have two perceptions of reality. In order for you to have choice, you have to have a hot and you have to have a cold, a right and a left. So there's darkness and there's light. That's why there'll never be peace in this world until we...
But I think they focus on that. That's why everything's so polarizing. That's why we have Democrat Republican.
Facts, exactly. Big facts.
They want us to select from.
Yeah.
But the whole time is their choices and the outcome is the same. It's called order out of chaos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I be like, yo, why we voting? Because it's only.
Thank you for the same thing.
Right.
And no matter what,
Facts.
we're doing these topics, we're playing into that game.
Right.
And we're thinking we're doing something.
Right. And you got woke brothers, so-called woke brothers talking this stuff like voting for what, bro? They are slave masters. They are oppressors. Who are we voting for? The ship is the same.
Facts.
That's
So,
right.
real quick, what you think on that, Gov?
Still on,
As far as the whole thing, we couldn't talk about the whole verse, probably do that on the third episode, but what you think of what we just building on real quick? What's your thought?
yeah, like to circle it off, yeah. When you have that whole balance being thrown off like that, that's the perfect way to destroy a complete civilization. That's the perfect way to get rid of a people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Simple.
Because if man and woman isn't together,
Then who can kill the youth?
who's gonna come together?
Boom.
You know what I mean? Who's gonna come up out of that mix?
And the
You know
first
what I
three
mean?
letters in youth is wild youth. So you looking at a mirror reflection of yourself. The man being out of pocket, the woman being out of pocket, and the youth having no guidance.
Yeah.
Boom. So we're gonna wrap it up, and we got deep like a Navy SEAL. That's you know what I'm saying? So we touch everything. We touched that love, even though political entertainment, we brought some light and some knowledge behind it. So that I love. This is a grown man's podcast. This is Guess Outside, and it wouldn't be Guess Outside if we didn't say what was on our mind and how we felt. So
Big facts.
whether y'all like it, hate it or not, press that like button, notification bell, and anything that, you know what I'm saying, you may put your input on it, put in the comment box. You agree or disagree, put in the comment box. You know, but like, notification, bell, and
Subscribe.
peace. Subscribe, yep.
Salute,
And real quick,
salute.
Do y'all have any outlets or anything y'all want to put on there? You have anything going on? YouTube channel?
Well, right now, not right now. But in the making, yes, definitely. If I, come back, definitely in the making.
You, Gov?
Yeah, in the meantime, go to and follow me on Instagram at Governor's Mansion, or better yet, go to thegovernorsmansion.net, DAGUVNAS mansion.net, NET.
And that's going to wrap it up. They're coming soon, hats and everything else. Look forward to that soon. Merch.